It certainly has been very slow for motorists coming in from the north, the east, the west. You pick a route, any route, much heavier than I'd say normally for the time of the morning. Things are very, very slow. That southbound 400 is jammed approaching Highway 89 to south of it. Problems finally hauled off to the shoulder. Now, off the highways, we've had numerous issues occur. Bloomington Road between Bathurst and Yonge down to a single lane for road resurfacing, causing eastbound delays from Dufferin. Westbound Lawrence at Mount Pleasant, 2 lanes are blocked there. Northbound Jarvis at the Lake Shore, right lane still blocked because of a collision. Danforth still closed both ways, roads to Coxwell for an ongoing police investigation. We've got traffic light issues at the Lake Shore and Leslie, and also we've got problems at Liverpool, at Bailey. There's problems there with the traffic lights as well. From the 680 News Traffic Center, I'm Lena Balka.
Blue Jays versus Angels. Tonight at 7. Dean Blundell and Company.
When was the last time you were caught, Mon?
I was caught by my mother about 6 months ago.
Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
.46, 14 now. We'll see 19 later on today. Tomorrow, really excited to break down the Stanley Cup playoffs with Eric Francis and Doug McLean. Remember last time we talked to Doug? Yeah, I do. Let's go back in time. This is go ahead.
Doug, do the Ducks have the deepest blue line left?
That's what I've been just talking about. Were you on the bathroom or what?
It's right in something.
Sure, it's late. Anyway, yeah, they're deep. They're deep. But, actually, they made a couple trades at the deadline.
Do you remember that? I remember that. I remember that vividly. Because we did.
What?
No.
That's happened to you before.
What?
Come back and...
Well, I was giving you the answer to a question. Like, I asked Doug a question.
Right.
Have it ready for me again if you can in a second. I asked Doug a question about the Ducks and their top 6 defensemen being huge. Wisniewski's not even playing, and he's an unbelievable defenseman. And Doug went on about how deep the blue line was for the Anaheim Ducks. And then this is George's follow-up.
I missed the start. Doug, do the Ducks have the deepest blue line left?
That's what I've been just talking about. Were you on the bathroom or what?
Okay, yeah, that's happened.
Yeah, and a lot of your guests would let it slide. Not
Doug.
No, he would never let that slide.
I ran into this like 3 years ago, and I ran into Doug at the Starbucks early in the morning. I was coming and getting my Starbucks, and Doug was looking after his daughter's dog. And I've told Fabro this story. You know the dog. I don't even know what the dog's name is. I can't remember. But so anyhow, so I'm in line, and here comes Doug McLean with this little dog, and he ties it up and comes in. I get a coffee, walk out. He looks at the dog and goes, and I don't know. I don't know what the dog's name is. He goes, Fido, say hello to Mr. Blair. And the dog looks at me and goes, and I thought, okay, anyhow, I don't know why. That's Fido, say hello to Mr. Blair.
Even the dogs listen to him. He commands it. How are you?
I'm good. Could you imagine playing for him, though, and having a crappy game and coming in and having Doug McLean
all over you?
All over you? Like, the stuff that he would say. Anyhow,
I should ask him what would happen.
Oh, he would have been...
If Rick Nash, if he was the coach, if he was Alain Vigneault, and he watched...
He'd be trashing.
He was. Say Louis. Bad example. If we watch Say Louis or Rick Nash. No, but because he thinks Rick Nash is the golden boy, right?
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see what he thinks about Rick Nash and see all over him.
Yeah, the only thing is that Doug would say things that some of the hockey players would probably have a harder time understanding. I can't imagine. I can't imagine it. Anyhow.
Let's go from one tire fire to another, as your friend Shai Davidi would say. So the Jays won yesterday.
Yeah.
Donaldson told the entire Angels bench to bleep is bleep.
Yeah. The second, people got to...
That's the first time he's ever had them, speaking of which, in Major League Baseball. By the way, that phrase has ever been uttered, correct?
Yeah. Normally it's bleep, you're bleeping bleep.
Yeah. He left a bleep out.
Yeah, with a family member thrown in. Mike Butcher, by the way, the Angels pitching coach, he's also the guy that got into it with Brett Laurie a couple of years ago. I don't know if people remember that. There was Brett slid across home. There was something, but he got into it with Brett Laurie. He's a big mouth.
Butcher.
Yeah.
But the whole thing started right with Donaldson and Morin prior to that. Like Morin was saying something, and that's why the umpire came out and talked to Morin and told him to chill out.
Yeah, and then I think what happened is the Angels bench the Angels dugout started going at the umpire, and the Jays thought they were going at it. I mean, this stuff goes on all the time. What surprised me is with a pretty big crowd, and maybe this tells you where the microphones are there, but there was a pretty big crowd. And I was watching the game on TV, and I could hear the umpire talking to Mike Scioscia.
Right.
Like, you can hear him go, "That's enough," and go over to Scioscia and start talking, so.
Well, Scioscia, he didn't know how things got in hand, Jeff. He had no idea. I'm trying to play clip. He didn't play this for us.
Do you want me to imitate Mike Scioscia? Sure, I can.
You guys got us all excited.
That gets you excited, man. You need to get a new life. Sorry.
Think Scioscia's being a baby?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, I mean, this stuff goes on. This stuff goes on all the time. I don't know. I mean, I watched the replay. I wasn't there.
It was inappropriate. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I would. Grabbing your crotch got Jonathan Papelbon how many games suspension last year?
But he didn't grab. He just pointed to the general area in which he was inviting the team.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like a grab. It was more a statement.
Right in.
It was more like a statement of general intent. It was more like.
Come on. If you've seen the video, there's no question whatsoever. Have you seen the video?
Yeah.
What do you think he said? Yeah, break that down. I will give you $1,000.
I think what he said is, did you guys listen to the Blundell show last week when they had the sausage champion of Toronto on? Let me tell you something. I know who the sausage champion of Toronto is. Whoa! That's what I think he said.
Does he have to apologize?
Oh, hell no. I hope not.
Is he going to get in trouble for it from the league?
I don't know. Maybe like a $500 fine or something. I don't think anybody's going to do anything.
I watched the rest of the bench after he said what he said.
Yeah.
And not one person looked up. Everybody just staring straight ahead, eating their spits.
Yeah, Josh Donaldson's, I think when he, in that situation, you probably just let him go. You probably just let him go. I mean, I'll tell you what, I think he's the most fascinating guy this team has had, this organization has had for years. I really do. Not just the intensity and the professionalism and all that good stuff. I think the guy is just all baseball, man.
Yeah. And he cares.
He cares a lot. He doesn't like to be showing up. And I think part of the thing is this guy's a bit of a late bloomer, you know. I think he's making up for lost time. Like, he's looking at other guys. He's, 27 years old? He still hasn't hit his big payday, man. I mean, he's not poor, but he hasn't hit that free agent mother load. He's not going to do that for another 4 years. I mean, Josh Donaldson's in a freaking hurry to win something and make some money. And I think that's really what drives him.
Have you heard any rumors? Anything at all about possible trades, possible fixes, something they're going to do with pitching? Because yesterday was an abysmal. Had we not scored 1 million runs, we probably would have lost again.
Yeah, I mean, the only, I know that Alex is making calls again.
To who? Have you heard?
The usual suspects. Cincinnati, I know for a fact that they scouted Johnny Cueto. They're not going to get Johnny Cueto in a trade. They're going to have to give up way too much to do that. I think you'll more than likely end up seeing them maybe do something with the bullpen, but I do know this. I think before John Gibbons walks the plank, I think Alex is going to do something. I think Alex feels absolutely obligated to make a move before he gets rid of either Pete Walker or John Gibbons.
You're talking about the bullpen, how important?
I know he does, as a matter of fact.
So he feels accountable?
Yes.
Like, I haven't given him the pieces he needs to be successful, so let's try and do that. If not, I've taken the excuses away, and then we can make a change.
Yeah.
Okay. If Sanchez throws a ton of walks, is he in jeopardy going to the bullpen?